Hi, this is the story of the Berenstein Bears. Tooth Fairy. Have any of you ever lost your teeth? I've got two books I'm going to read about different books about the Tooth Fairy and losing a tooth. And the first one I'm going to read is the Berenstein Bears story. It's a fun one. Settle in. Sister Bear wasn't a little cub anymore. After all, she was almost 7 years old. She had 3 grown-up teeth already, 2 on the bottom and 1 on the top. When her baby teeth came out, Mama and Papa had put them under her pillow. Look at that. While you are sleeping, the Tooth Fairy will come, they explained. She will take your baby tooth and leave money in its place. So Sister would put the baby tooth under her pillow. When she woke up in the morning, she found, look at there! It's a tiny, shiny, brand new quarter in its place. Sister Bear loved the Tooth Fairy. She thought the Tooth Fairy was almost as good as Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny. One day, Sister was playing with her best friend Lizzie Bruin. "Guess what?" said Lizzie. "What?" said Sister. "I have a loose tooth," said Lizzie. She opened her mouth and wiggled it back and forth. "See? It wiggles." She did. "Well, when it comes out," said Sister, the know-it-all, "the Tooth Fairy will bring you a quarter." "A quarter?" said Lizzie. "When my teeth come out, that Tooth Fairy brings me a whole $1. "A dollar?" said Sister, shocked. Now, why the Tooth Fairy would only bring her a quarter and her a dollar, it really wasn't fair. So Sister ran home to Mama and Papa. "Lizzie says that when her baby teeth come out, she gets a whole $1. Why does the Tooth Fairy only bring me a quarter?" "Well," said Mama, "some parents add a little extra to the money the Tooth Fairy brings. But we think that's the Tooth Fairy's job. Besides," added Papa, "sometimes the price of things goes up, just like gas. Now the price of gas for our car went up 20 cents just last week. Maybe the same thing happens to teeth." "Do you really think the price of my teeth will go up?" asked Sister. "Well, we will just have to wait and see," said Mama. After a few days, Sister forgot all about the Tooth Fairy. She was a busy cub and had things to do. She played house with Lizzie. She played baseball with Brother and Cousin Fred. And she painted pictures of butterflies and flowers. She went fishing with Papa. She went shopping with Mama. And Lizzie's birthday was coming up. Can you see that birthday cake? Wow, Lizzie's got a great looking party coming. Then one morning at breakfast, Sister was eating one of Mama's yummy muffins, and she felt something a little different in her mouth. She pushed her tongue against one of her front teeth, and it moved a little. Whoa! She had another loose tooth. "Mama, Papa," she said, "my tooth is loose. It wiggles." "That's nice, dear," said Mama. "When it comes out, put it under your pillow, and the Tooth Fairy will bring you a quarter." "Maybe this time I'll get a whole $1, said Sister. "Oh, yes," said Papa. "The Tooth Fairy is paying more these days." "That's right," said Mama. "You explained that the price of teeth is going up just like gas." "Oh boy," said Sister, "a whole $1. And she started thinking of all the things she could buy with that $1. But, well, the loose tooth did have to come out first. Sister began to wiggle her loose tooth whenever she could. She wiggled it with her tongue. She wiggled it with her fingers. And she wiggled it all when she was eating. Day after day, she would wiggle and wiggle it, and it got looser and looser, but it did not come out. It was annoying. It grew hard to chew, and Sister was just always fussing with it. "I wish that tooth would come out," said Brother, as Sister wiggled away. "All that wiggling is getting on my nerves." "When it comes out," said Sister, "I might get a whole $1. "I never got a whole $1, grumbled Brother. "Well, that was back when teeth were cheap," explained Sister. The day of Lizzie's birthday party soon came. Sister had her presents wrapped, a new Barbie doll for Lizzie's collection. All the cubs began to arrive at Lizzie's house. Lizzie was having an old-fashioned birthday party with old-fashioned party games. They played pin the tail on the donkey, musical chairs, duck, duck, goose. They hit the piñata, and they even went bobbing for apples. Do you kind of think you know what might gonna happen next, everybody? I'm thinking bobbing for apples, a loose tooth. Let's see what happens. Bobbing for apples was hard. You had to hold your hands behind your back while you bobbed and tried to catch an apple with your mouth. Oh my. The apples were bobbing out of the way, and Sister was determined she was going to get an apple. She lunged at one of the apples and bit down hard, and she felt something come loose in her mouth. Whoop! Her loose tooth was out. Look right there. Look close. Can you see it? There is a tooth stuck in that apple. Proudly, Sister brought her baby tooth home wrapped in a tissue. Look, Mama. Look, Papa, she said. My tooth finally came out. Now I can put it under my pillow and maybe the tooth fairy will bring me a whole $1. As Sister got ready for bed that night, she grew thoughtful. Mama, she asked, where does the tooth fairy get all that money? I haven't a clue, said Mama. Now just brush your teeth. Well, the ones that are left in your mouth anyway. Carefully, Sister placed her tooth under her pillow. Mama and Papa kissed her goodnight, and she lay awake for a while, thinking about finding $1 in the morning. And then she drifted off to sleep. During the night, Sister had a dream. She dreamed that the tooth fairy came tiptoeing into her room. She was very beautiful. She wore a pink dress and had butterfly wings, and she had a flower in her fur and a magic wand. She came over to Sister's bed and smiled down at her, and she reached under her pillow and, that's when Sister woke up. It was morning, and the sun was shining through the window, and there was no tooth fairy there. Sister reached under her pillow with great excitement and felt something. It was crisp and crinkly. It was a brand new $1 bill. What a relief, said Sister, as Mama and Papa came in. I was afraid the pipes of teeth might be going back down. Your baby teeth are very precious, said Papa. Every one that comes out shows that you are growing up fast, and they are worth every penny. Ha! You mean every $1, said Sister with a big missing tooth grin. Mama and Papa just looked at each other, and they grinned too. And that's the end of the story about Sister losing her teeth. Maybe someday all of you can tell me the story about when you lost your first tooth. Can't wait to hear about it. Good night. Bye-bye.